everyone. Our today's outline is, so first we are going to see is how we can create HTML5 canvas. Next we are going to see how we can work with linear interpolation and how we can add animations to our HTML5 canvas. So first let us move towards HTML5 canvases. So the first question arises, what is HTML5 canvases? So whenever we are working with HTML, so an element is provided by HTML which is named as canvas. Now what is the use of this canvas element? So whenever we want to draw graphics on the fly, that is using JavaScript, we have to use canvas element. Now whenever we use this canvas element inside our HTML, so this just provides us a container. Container means it will just provide us a rectangular area. So any graphics that you want to display, just by using canvas tag you can't display it. So actually when we want to show the graphics inside the canvas tag, we have to use JavaScript. So JavaScript must be added when we are working with canvas tag. Now this canvas element provides us various methods for drawing paths, drawing boxes, whenever we want to draw different shapes such as circle, if we want to write text, or if we want to add image. So all this can be done using element which is named as canvas. Now it also provides us a 2D API. API means application programmable interface. So this API we can directly use whenever we want to render vector graphics and the text that we want to display on our HTML page. So the basic use of HTML canvas tag is to display graphics. If you want to display text, if I want to display different text using JavaScript, we have to use canvas element. Now let us see how canvas tag works. So as you can see over here, canvas is a rectangular area on our HTML page. Now by default, whenever we will create a canvas inside our HTML page, it will have no border as well as it will have no content. So as you can see over here, what is the syntax of the canvas tag? So first we have to write canvas and then we have to close our canvas tag. The example you can see over here is I have taken a canvas tag. Inside this I have given an ID, I have specified the width of my canvas and I have specified the height of my canvas. Now this ID tag you can see over here, this ID tag is mandatory whenever we are working with JavaScript. So this entire canvas tag needs to be added inside our HTML code. In example we will see how we can work with canvas, how we can apply different graphics, how we can apply animations. Next topic that we are going to cover first is linear interpolation. So what is the use of this linear interpolation? So before going into the use, we should know what is a linear interpolation or why we are using linear interpolation in HTML and in specially data visualization. So the basic idea, if we consider of linear interpolation, is to connect a line between 2 points. For instance, if I want to connect a line in between the points, say for example x0, y0, x1, y1. Now depending upon the value of x, we can vary the value of x between x0 and x1, and based on this value we can calculate the equivalent value of y. So how can we calculate the value of y? So you can see over here the formula which is written y is equal to y0 plus y1 minus y0 into x minus x0 divided by x1 minus x2. Now let me give you an instance why we require linear interpolation. So as we are considering data visualization, so whenever if I want to create any chart from a scratch, that is from the beginning, so we must understand how we can apply style to different portions, or we need to calculate what different styles that we can apply. So at that particular instance we have to use linear interpolation. Now we don't need to calculate linear interpolation, so So there are various systems that provides built-in and optimized function to perform linear interpolation. So one of the function that is available that we can use is LERP, L-E-R-P, that means linear interpolation. Next we are going to see is how we can add animations to our HTML5 canvases. So as we know, with the help of canvas tag, we can easily draw an image, or we can easily delete, or we can say erase a particular image. Now consider a scenario that I want to provide some of the animations on my HTML5 canvases. So how can we do that? So first thing for that we have to use is a JavaScript, and there are two different methods as you can see over here, set interval and set timeout. So these two methods can be used in order to provide animations. So let us understand what is the use of the method set interval. So this method takes two parameters. So the first is callback and the second is time. Now the first parameter, that is callback, usually we declare over here a function, or we directly invoke a function that will get executed based on the time you have specified. So this function, or we can say the code that you are going to use, will be executed repeatedly based on the time you have provided. But we need to note that the time should be in the interval of millisecond. The second method available is set timeout. Again the parameter remains the same, that is callback and time. Now in callback again we are using a function that we have defined. We just invoke this function over here and we specified the time. But here we need to remember one thing, that this function will be executed only once, whenever the particular millisecond time of interval gets executed. Again the time is in millisecond. So whenever we want to apply the animations, we will use these two particular methods in order to provide animations, that is set interval and set timeout. Now let us jump towards the programming and see how we can create HTML5 canvases, how we can add animations, and observe different types of animations and different elements that we can use with the help of canvas tag. Let us work with canvas. So first here we will see how we can create a canvas in HTML, and we will see how we can create different shapes inside the canvas. So the first thing we have written over here is doctype HTML. As we are using HTML5, then we have taken HTML tag, then we have taken the body directly. Now first I have given the header as canvas demo without border. So as we know, canvas is a rectangular area which allows us to draw different things, and I have created a canvas using canvas tag, and I have specified the ID of the canvas as my canvas 1, and I have specified the width of my canvas as 200 pixel and height as 100 pixel. Next thing I have done is I have created a canvas that is using border. So here the canvas that has been drawn is without border. Then we have created a canvas that is with border. So again I have created a canvas, I have specified the ID of the canvas, that is my canvas 2, width equal to 200, height equal to 100, and I have given the inline style, that is using style attribute. I have given the border which is 1 pixel, and the border is solid, and I have given the color to that particular border. So I have given black color to the border, and I have ended this particular style, and I have ended the canvas tag. The next thing that we are going to see is how we can draw a circle using canvas tag. So again for that I have taken a canvas tag, then I have given the ID to that canvas as my canvas, I have given the width, I have given the height, and I have given the style to my canvas. Now in order to draw the circle we have to use JavaScript. So to write a JavaScript code, first we require script element, or we can say script tag. So inside this, first we have to specify where actually we want to draw this circle. So we want to draw the circle inside this canvas tag, which is having the ID as my canvas. So how I can access it? So for that I have written document.getElementById, and I have given the ID of my canvas, that is my canvas. Now first, after specifying where we have to draw, we have to create a context over there which allows us to draw different shapes. So how can we get context? So for that we can use the method which is named as getContext, and we have to specify 2D. Why? Because we are creating 2D shapes. Now what this method will return? So this getContext method will return us a drawing context actually on our canvas, and we are storing it inside a variable that is ctx. So with the help of this ctx we can further proceed for drawing different shapes. Now we have to specify the path for drawing. So it is accessible with the help of ctx object. So ctx.begin_path. So what is the use of this method? So this method specifies the beginning path from where we have to draw our shape. Now in order to draw the shape, for example if I want to draw the circle, so there are different methods. So for drawing a circle we are using a method which is named as arc with the help of context object. Then we have specified different parameters. We have specified the center, then we have specified the radius of the circle, we have specified the starting angle, and we have specified the ending angle. Now after using this arc method, whenever we want to display this particular circle inside the canvas, we have to use stroke method. So this stroke method will actually draw a circle inside your canvas. So let us run this particular file. So how can we run this file? Simply right click and select the option open in browser. So here you can see the first we have created is canvas, that is without border. So this is showing you an empty canvas. So this particular space has been occupied by your canvas. So second, what we have done was we have created a canvas that is with border. So this is a border, a rectangular area of your canvas with a border of black color. Then again we have created a canvas, we have specified its color, and inside this color we have drawn a circle. Now let us observe different canvas examples. Next we are going to see is how we can create gradients, that is using canvas tag. So again for that we have specified doctype HTML, then we have taken HTML tag, then we have taken body tag, and first we are specifying the header, that is drawing linear gradient using canvas tag. Now I am creating a canvas. So for that we have to use canvas tag. Inside this I have specified ID of my canvas, that is my canvas. The width of the canvas is 200 pixel, height is 100 pixel, and we have given the inline style, that is using style attribute, and we have given border of the canvas which is 1 pixel thick, which is solid, and we have specified some of the color. Then we have ended the canvas. Now in order to draw a canvas gradient we have to use JavaScript. So for that again we have to use a script tag. Now first thing is we have to specify where we want to draw this particular gradient. So I want to draw the gradient where the canvas ID is my canvas. So I am storing it inside a variable, that is C document.getElementById, and here I have specified the ID as my canvas. Next we want to get the context similarly. So for that we have to use a method that is getContext, and inside this we have specified 2D. Why? Because we want to perform 2D graphics, and we have stored it inside a variable that is ctx. Now in order to create a linear gradient we are having a method which is named as createLinearGradient, and it is accessible with the help of context object. So we have written ctx.createLinearGradient. Now this method again takes 4 parameters, that is x0, y0, x1 and y1 respectively, and we have stored inside a variable which is named as gradient, that is grd. Now we want to give 2 different colors to the gradient. So to give the color we are having a method which is named as addColorStop. So first the value of this color should be ranging between 0 and 1. So for that I am giving first 0 and I am specifying the color as blue. I am specifying another color as black, which is having the value 1, using the method that is add color stop. Now we want to fill this color inside this gradient. So for this we are having an attribute which is fill style, and it can be accessible with context object, and we have given the filling color as GRD. Why? Because GRD is storing colors blue and black. Now we want to create a rectangular gradient. So for that we have a method which is named as fill rectangle, and it is accessible with the help of context object. It again takes 4 parameters. The first is your x, second is y, next is height and width respectively. Then we have ended the script tag, we have ended the body, and we have ended the HTML. So let us observe the canvas gradient. Simply right click, open in browser. So you can observe over here, first we have given the title as draw linear gradient using canvas. So this outer border, it indicates your canvas, and inside this canvas we have created a rectangular fill gradient. So 0 may be somewhat over here because it is showing you a blue color, and 1 may be somewhat over here and it is showing you the black color. Now we will see how we can load an image that is using canvas tag. So what we want to do, we will first display an image, and whenever I will click on a particular button, so the image which you are seeing will be displayed inside your canvas tag. So first we have taken doc type HTML, then we have taken HTML, then we have taken the body. So first thing is we need to display an image. So to display an image we have to use image tag, that is img, and inside this we have given the ID of that image. So image1, then we have given the source of the image, that is nature.jfif. So this is one of the format of image. And please note one thing, whenever your image is residing in the same directory where your this HTML file is present, simply we have to specify the name of our image with extension. If it is not there, then we have to specify the entire path. Then another attribute we have taken is alt, that means the alternative name that we want to display when this image is not loadable. Then we have specified the width and the height of our image, that is 200 pixel and the height is 277 pixel. So we have first displayed an image. Now we have created a canvas. So we have taken a canvas tag. Inside this we have given the ID, we have specified the width and height, and we have specified the style of our canvas. Using style attribute, we have given border 1 pixel solid, and we have specified the color. Now actually what we want to do, so what the image which is seen over here, we want to load it inside this particular canvas whenever we click on button. So first thing we require is a button. So simply I have written here is button. And when this button is clicked, so whenever this button is clicked, we have to use an attribute that is on click. And on click I am invoking a function. So let us understand this function first. So to write a JavaScript function, we have to again take a script tag, and inside this we have declared a function which is named as myCanvas with the help of a keyword which is named as function. Now first we have to declare where we want to display the particular image. So I want to display this image in this canvas. So using document.getElementById, and I have specified the ID of my canvas, that is my canvas, and I have stored it inside a variable that is C. Then again we require a context. So with the help of C object, that is C.getContext, and 2D, we have to write 2D. So we are storing the context inside the variable that is cxt. Now we require an image, so we will get the image from this particular tag with the help of this ID. So here we have written document.getElementById, and the ID of this image is image1, and I have stored it inside a variable which is named as image. Now in order to draw the image inside this canvas tag, we have to use context object, and to draw the particular image we have to use a method which is named as draw image, and it takes three parameters. So first is actual your image, second is x, and the third is y. Then we have ended our JavaScript code, we have ended our body, and we have ended the HTML. Now let us observe this. Simply right click and open it in browser. So you can see this image. Now you can see this canvas and you can see this button. So whenever I will click this particular button, I want to display this image inside this canvas tag. So let us click over here. So you can see this image has been loaded with the help of JavaScript and image tag. So what we have seen is the use of canvas tag, how we can create shapes, how we can create gradients, how we can work with different images and its animation. So this is all about your canvas tag. Thank you.